Okay, picture this. You've got somewhere incredibly important to be, you grab your phone, and absolutely nothing. The screen is pitch black, the battery is completely dead, and no matter what you do, it just flat out refuses to charge. We have all felt that sudden spike of total panic, right? But hey, reviving a dead phone doesn't actually have to mean a massive repair bill. In this explainer, we're going to break down exactly how to bring your device back to life using the exact same diagnostic steps the pros use. Let's kick things off with a totally wild stat from Mobile Tech Lab that completely flips how we should look at this whole situation. 50%, literally half of all those my phone won't charge complaints, they're resolved in under 5 minutes. And get this, with exactly 0 new replacement parts. That means your phone probably hasn't suffered some catastrophic hardware failure. It's usually just a minor blockage, something we can easily identify ourselves.
So here is our step-by-step diagnostic roadmap. First up, the dead battery dilemma. Second, cable checks. Third, the pocket link problem. Fourth, behind the screen. And finally, knowing when to stop.
Let's jump right into step 1, the dead battery dilemma. You know, when we plug our phones in, we kind of just imagine electricity flowing in like water filling up a glass. But it's actually this highly controlled, really complex process managed by a tiny internal controller chip. For the first 30 minutes, it enters this constant current phase, basically pumping electricity in super fast. That is exactly why your battery percentage jumps up so quickly at first. Then, from 30 to 90 minutes, it shifts into a constant voltage phase, slowing things down to a trickle. And finally, the trickle charge safely maintains that 100% mark. Crucially, though, this controller chip is like a security guard. If it detects the temperature or voltage is off, boom, it halts the entire process immediately just to protect your device. Moving right along to step 2, cable and power checks.
Think about it, the charging cable is by far the most physically tortured piece of our tech setup. When we constantly yank or bend it, we trigger these really obvious visual warnings, right? Like frayed wires, torn rubber coating, maybe a bent plug. But here's the tricky part. Sometimes a cable looks perfectly fine on the outside, but it's completely failing on the inside. These are functional warnings. We're talking about a phone that only charges at a very specific weird angle, where you get random disconnects, or that dreaded accessory not supported pop-up. If you see those, your cable is cooked, and continuing to use it can actually cause crazy power fluctuations that are a genuine, literal hazard to your phone's motherboard.
Okay, on to step 3, the pocket lint problem. This is honestly a classic David versus Goliath situation. You've got a $1,000 smartphone completely defeated by a tiny ball of pocket fluff. Seriously. Every single time you plug your cable in, you're compacting lint right up against those tiny metal pins, completely blocking the electrical connection. So how do we fix it? We're going to use a quick 30-second technique that repair techs swear by. First things first, switch your device off completely. Safety first, always. Second, grab a bright flashlight and really inspect the port. Third, very gently scrape out that compacted debris with a wooden toothpick. And finally, just use a few short bursts of compressed air to clear out any loose dust left behind. Now, knowing your tools here is absolutely crucial. You want to stick strictly to wooden toothpicks, cotton swabs, and compressed air. Please, never ever stick metal safety pins or paper clips into your charging port. No way. They will permanently damage those super delicate electronic pins. Oh, and another thing, avoid blowing into the port with your mouth. The moisture from your breath can literally instantly short-circuit the entire board, and you definitely do not want that. That brings us to step 4, behind the screen. So once you know the port and the cable are clear, we kind of need to shift our focus outward. Try swapping out the actual wall adapter plug itself. And definitely avoid relying on those weak laptop USB ports. They honestly just don't push enough power to wake up a deeply depleted battery. Also, environment matters a lot. Temperature plays a huge role. If it's freezing cold outside, like below 0 Celsius, lithium batteries will just halt charging entirely for safety. So if your phone is freezing, let it warm up first. And if all else fails, try a hard restart. Sometimes that's all it takes to bypass a frozen software glitch that's keeping the screen totally black. Finally, step 5, knowing when to stop. Look, DIY diagnostics are great, but they definitely have their limits. One of the absolute best ways to know if you've hit a true, irreversible hardware failure is checking the LCI, or liquid contact indicator. It's actually kind of a secret sensor. It's usually hidden right inside the SIM card tray of almost every modern smartphone. It's this tiny white sticker that turns permanently pink or red the second it gets exposed to moisture. And moisture, well, it's a silent killer. It slowly corrodes those charging circuits over a matter of weeks. Bottom line, if you pop that tray and that indicator is pink, your DIY journey ends right there. Let's do a quick rundown of some definitive red flags. If a brand new clean cable only fits at a weird angle, yeah, the internal pins are physically bent. What about if you're constantly getting moisture alerts when the phone is bone dry? That means the sensor is damaged. If your device is getting hot while just sitting idle on a table, that definitely points to a failing motherboard. And lastly, if your battery health settings show a max capacity that has dropped below 80%, the battery is chemically depleted. If you're experiencing any of these, it is officially time to put down the toothpick and go visit a professional technician.
So I'll leave you with this to chew on. How many perfectly functional devices are just rotting away in landfills right now purely because of a dusty charging port? It's kind of crazy to think about. E-waste is a massive, massive environmental crisis. And it is honestly heartbreaking to realize how many totally capable smartphones get trashed over some compacted pocket lint or a frayed $5 cable. So the next time your screen goes totally black, take a breath. Don't panic, and definitely do not just throw it away. Run through these simple diagnostic steps first. Just a little bit of awareness can keep our tech out of the landfill and working perfectly for years to come. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next deep dive.